back to share some videos for self-awareness, body work. So today we're going to work on tension. So massages are great, they can be expensive, and there's a lot of ways to support your body to release as much as it possibly can in the easiest way possible. So today's video is about self-awareness around where you hold tension. So there's a lot of people that have been like, I'm not tense, I don't hold any tension. One of the tests that I usually do is I'll work on hands and do a hand massage. And I'll say, give me your hand. And the person says, okay, here you go. And I said, okay, drop it. They're like, I am. I'm like, no, give me all your weight. Completely relax your arm and let me take your weight. I got you. And what happens is people go, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was holding that. And it takes a few tries, and sometimes they'll shake it and be like, no, really, drop it. So I personally didn't know that I held tension for a really long time. And one day I was in the car like this, and I just all of a sudden took a breath and realized my shoulders were up to my ears. So here are the few places that I would like to introduce to basically bring awareness to some areas that you can start seeing. One is the eyebrows. So the eyebrows can hold a lot of tension, surprisingly. And this is usually seen in sort of the lines right here, the brow bone, and they tend to give off a look like a scowl. And they actually tighten all of the muscles around the eyes. So when you are in your life, just start to notice if you're holding your eyebrows down or you're holding them up. And just notice it and breathe in. And when I say breathe in, I mean kind of visualize your breath filling it and expand and relax. Expand and relax. And then notice if you can soften your gaze a little bit, soften your eyebrows from here to here. And this one's going to really help with those lines. It's going to help with these lines, and it'll soften the overall look in your face. The next place is the jaw. So this one's the clencher, when you're kind of at the ready. And it tends to hold some like anger and tension right through here and behind the ears. So a good way to realize that you're doing this one is just to see if your teeth are tightly put together. If you, a lot of times this one's really helpful to see if you're a teeth grinder at night. And this will actually help you stop grinding your teeth. This is how I stopped grinding my teeth. Tmj Teeth Grinding. I cracked actually 2 teeth because I was such a bad jaw clencher. Another way that you can see this one is if the tongue is pushed out or pushed up. So you can see it by just noticing if your tongue is tightly at the top of your mouth, and you can just relax it to the bottom. And if it's pushed out, relax it in. And then you can sort of stretch your jaw out a couple times and sort of wiggle it around, and then watch it. Now again, breathe in, breathe out. Another one is this area, the lips. So this one can be somebody that holds their lips tightly. Maybe their jaw's not clenched, but they're holding tension in their lips. So again, smile, laugh, ooh, shake it out, and just notice if you've got that. And that one can actually make your lips bigger because the lips will start to retract and recede into the mouth, and you'll have really tight, thin lips. So there's a lot of things that you can kind of tell about yourself and tell about others about where they're holding their tension and how to relax it. So those are the big face ones that are obvious. The next one is shoulders. So again, this one is if your head's forward, your body is naturally clenching to kind of hold it up because your spine is naturally supporting your head weight. It's like 20 something pounds. I want to say 27 pounds of weight that's supposed to be aligned on top of the spine. And more times than not, we are letting it droop. So then all of those muscles are contracting to support that head. So lean the head back, lift the chin a little bit, take a breath. The other thing you can do is kind of push them down and back. Deep breath in and relax, and do that a couple times. And that'll help you just notice if they're starting to creep up more times than not. This one shows if people are a little bit type A, a little bit go, and if they have a hard time asking for help, because shoulders represent, I've got it, I'm gonna carry everything, and that's not good. That starts to add up. A lot of times too, it's posture, being on that phone, being on the computer, being in the car. It all starts to kind of creep. So rolling back, push them down, breathe in, expand, breathe out, relax. I'll say that a lot because it's amazing how much that actually does. Let's see, another one is actually hands. So hands are for receiving and letting go. If you're kind of tightly balling your hands, and then it tends to be forearm and wrist problems as well as elbows, that one, again, really easy to just sort of notice if your hands are clenched, relax them, take a couple breaths, and release. The final one, actually I think I have two. The other one is the lumbar, and usually it ends up giving you some sciatic problems and some back problems. This one's about feeling supported and also at the ready. So I noticed I did this one a lot, where I'd actually be like tightening my back, and like it would almost like rigid, and I'll notice if people are like standing like that. And that one's a tough one because you don't want to slump, so you kind of overcompensate. So the other one I see, this one is with people that do yoga and people that meditate, because meditation is all about lifting, but what they don't tell you is to actually breathe into your stomach, expand it, and relax into that lifting rather than letting it just stay rigid. So the last one is the leg ticker. So that's somebody that's always kind of shaking their leg or shaking their foot. This one usually represents people that want to run away from something. They don't want to be there. It's a bit of avoidance. And so you'll see your leg shake or your foot shake. So notice if you're doing it. Breathe in, relax, and let yourself be still. So these things are all going to help not create more tension. And the reason this is so important is that people don't necessarily understand that when you're creating compression and tension, your body starts to train to just hold that way. And when we're creating tension, we're creating density, and that density becomes blockages where oxygen doesn't get through, nutrients don't get through, and they tend to be more rigid, so more prone to injury. So as soon as something cracks it the wrong way, rather than expanding and being flexible, it breaks. So more than anything, more than any yoga or body work or massage or anything, noticing when you're actually taking on, noticing when you're actually being tense can release so much. The body naturally wants to release these things, and relaxing is a really big part of that. And unfortunately, in a Western world that's got so much stimulus and so much reaction, we tend to hold on to that. So retraining the brain, retraining the body to simply relax and release can be a huge way to release weight, unwanted weight, because weight tends to attach to damaged tissue to protect it because it's damaged. It also can release wrinkles, especially around the face when you're tightening or clenching, and it can release pain, which is great because nobody wants pain. And one of the things that people don't know either is that your body will respond with pain to tell you something's out of balance or something's too tight or too inflamed, are usually the big indicators. So once it starts becoming so normalized to it, it actually numbs it. It's the body's way of protecting itself. So you're getting like dopamine and serotonin and things that are natural kind of painkillers pushing through your body that would help you create happiness and vibrance, but it's just kind of numbing it so you can continue to survive and get through life without pain. One thing that I find really common is that people won't know that they're in pain until they start relaxing and releasing, and then they'll start bringing feeling back into those neurons and those nerve endings, and then they'll start to feel it release. So sometimes you'll feel pain before you actually feel better. So just a heads up on that you don't get scared that it's doing more damage. Certainly if it's extreme pain, get some help. Try natural methods of water, helps a lot, as well as some stretching, some deep breathing, because I can't tell you how powerful and important your breath is. You cannot live without breath for more than 2 minutes. Food a week, water, water a week, food maybe even a month, but breath is so necessary. And the reason is because it's pumping oxygen into the system, it's pumping your blood, it's getting the nutrients in, it's getting the toxins out. So the second you relax, your body naturally heals. So those are my tidbits for today. Thanks for being patient and sticking with me. And a special thank you to 2 friends of mine, Cher and Nikki, for encouraging me to continue doing these videos, because I am a working mama, and I am filming in my living room very quietly because I have 3 kids, and finding time to do videos can be a bit challenging with the balance of all the things. So thanks for your patience, and thank you for your encouragement, because knowing that these go out somewhere and are helpful is really deeply special and important to me. So thank you for sticking with me and sharing this with others so that they can feel better too. Love from Peru, and have a wonderful night. Thanks.